You're about to learn how to build discipline so fast you feel like you're doing something illegal. And trust me, it's easier than you think. Most people struggle with discipline because they've been misled, relying on outdated advice that turns into a constant battle. But today, I'll show you a faster, easier way to build discipline that it feels almost effortless. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to make it work for you. Most people believe discipline is about working hard. But what if I told you that that's why you are struggling with it? You're following old advice that focuses on willpower and sacrifice, which leads you to feeling exhausted. Real discipline is about working with your natural habits, not fighting against them. There's an old piece of advice I struggled with for a while. Being busy is equals to being productive. And that was false. And I realized that my calendar would be crazy booked for the day, but in reality, the tasks that could get me closer to my goals were neglected because I wanted to tick off tasks on my to-do list as soon as possible. People see discipline as something you have to force, but it becomes easier to maintain when you make it a system that works for you. I have a system that helps me focus on the important tasks that actually moves me closer towards my goals. While planning my day the night before, I have a maximum of 3 top priorities for the next day that I must complete before I even think of attending to any other low-level task. Discipline isn't a daily fight. It's a natural habit you build with small achievable goals to build momentum. A small goal or win I have for myself 5 times a week in the morning is to work out. To me, that says it wasn't easy to wake up this early and work out, but I still did it anyway. So basically, that just helps me build my self-confidence ahead of my day. Now that we've shifted your mindset, here is a big review. Discipline doesn't have to take forever to build. It can happen faster than you think. Many people focus on intense, excessive changes instead of building habits step by step. The result? They lose motivation before the change entirely sticks. I remember the first time I tried waking up at 5 a.m. I thought I would feel productive, but instead I spent the day half asleep, barely even getting anything done. So start small, like committing to a simple habit every day. You'll see quick results, motivating and encouraging you to build from there. For example, in my case, I could just have committed to waking up 15 minutes earlier every week until I reached my goal of waking up at 5 a.m. Now that we know you can build discipline faster, listen up. You don't need motivation to make it work. Motivation is temporary and unreliable. If you wait for it to kick in, you will lose your focus. So basically, consistency is what drives you closer to your goal. I arrive at the gym 4 times a week by 5 a.m. when they open. And I'm not saying this to brag, but do you think I wake up those 4 times feeling so motivated to go to the gym? Definitely not. So start with small non-negotiable actions that are easy to complete daily, and that will make them automatic and part of your routine, even on days when motivation isn't there. I have a non-negotiable, which is going to the gym 4 times a week. And to show you that it's automatic, when I wake up on those days, I don't ask myself, will I go to the gym today? I ask myself, when will I go to the gym today? So if you look at those 2 questions, one gives me the option to say no, while the other doesn't even have the option for me to say no, but just give a time that I'm going to actually go. Here's where it gets exciting. You can start seeing results in 30 days. But how exactly can you use this time to lock in discipline? 30 days is enough time to make something a habit, but not so long that it becomes overwhelming. So basically, it's the sweet spot for building consistency without feeling exhausted. I tend to overeat, so I had a 30-day challenge to put in my weight on my Whoop app every single morning. I still do it today, and basically, it just helps me stay conscious of my eating habits. So it's like when I'm eating and I saw that I'm going above my normal weight, it's like telling me that, hey, I need to calm down with whatever I'm eating today to ensure that I can still stick to my fitness goal. Want to see discipline lock in fast? Commit to a 30-day challenge and let me know what that challenge is for you in the comments. And basically start small, just with one habit, and watch how much you can accomplish in just 30 days. If you're tired of procrastination getting in your way, this technique called micro habits will completely change your approach. Start doing something so small that you can't even say no. For example, commit to working on a task just for 2 minutes, and once you begin, you'll find that it's easier for you to continue. I use this to reduce distractions while I work. So I keep distractions like my phone out of the room, basically leaving me in the room with just me and the work I need to get done. And at that point, I just have only 2 options. Either I start doing the work I have to do, or I just be bored and just stay in the room. Your habits are in the right place, but what's the key to long-term success? It's not just about the actions you take, it's about how you perceive discipline. Your mindset determines how you approach discipline. You won't stick to it if you see it as a painful task, But if you see it as a tool for you to use to get to your goal, then it becomes much more easier. Before, I didn't have a reason for being disciplined. I thought it was a must because that is what everybody says online. But when I changed it to, if I want to work towards achieving my life goals, I have to build discipline. That shift alone has impacted how I view discipline, because now my why isn't attached to external factors like what the society thinks or what other people think, but now it's now based on an internal factor, which is my desire to want to achieve the goals I want for myself. You've established your mindset and habits, but there's one more thing that you can do to accelerate your progress, which is create an environment that supports your goals. Your environment shapes your actions. If distractions surround you, staying disciplined is harder, while a supportive environment makes discipline easier. You can't say you want to stop gaming and still have the console in your house, because anytime you see that console, what comes to your mind? I'm sure it isn't, oh, let's go and get some work done, but something along the lines of, you know what, I'll just play for just 30 minutes. And we both know that you will end up playing for much longer than 30 minutes. If you have struggled with this and overcome it, we would love you to share it in the comments so you could help others overcome it as well. You've learned the strategy, you've got the tools. Now, remember what we talked about, starting small. This is your chance to apply that. What's the first step you need to take to make all this real? Pick one small habit to focus on today. Be honest and specific, and let me know what it is in the comments. The key is to take action before you talk yourself out of it. Think of it like this. You want to shorten the gap between I can do this, which you might feel after watching this video, hopefully, and I am actually doing it, and watch how your life transforms. You've unlocked the secret to building discipline, but if you want to know how I built a disciplined mindset in just 3 months, I'll show you the exact steps I took to get there. Imagine implementing these steps and seeing life-changing results in just a few weeks. Click the video on the screen to find out, and I'll see you on the other side.